realize many people came into the business doing very well at first, but not so well after. They started becoming, achieving lots of VIP in many contests in the company, but later on, they turned to become RIP forever. I believe this is a consistency issue, and that's why this morning I want to choose to talk about this topic, about consistency. I remember many years back, about year 2011, when I just joined the business, I started achieving many awards in the first half year. And now, under the stage, I can hear some people say, another shooting star coming up. And I tell myself at that time that I don't want to just be a shooting star or one-time wonder. So I tell myself, I want to be consistent in this business. Because I always tell myself that today, when we sell a policy to a client, it is our responsibility to take good care of our policyholder as long as we live. We really have to make sure we are consistent doing very well in this business. And let me address this issue of not being able to do the business consistently by starting the topic about doubt and fear. Now let's say, for example, now is December 2017. It's the final month of this year. And earlier of the year, in January 2017, let's say we have pledged to do 500,000 sales to qualify for MDRT. And now we only left with 1 month. And we have only done 10%. Let's say only 50,000. Now I want to ask, are you still in good faith to complete the 500,000 sales? Are you or are you not? You can hear that the yes voice is not very loud. So mostly I assume you are saying no. So why? Why do you start to lose faith? I believe because when when your figure is only 50,000, the biggest problem is there is this person whose name is called doubt is around you. You start to doubt about yourself. You will start to think, I have never achieved MDRT with 1 month effort. How can I do it this year? You start to doubt about your manager. Maybe you will think, my manager has only done 1 year MDRT throughout his 10 years life, throughout his 10 years in the business. He has never consistently doing for 5 years, or for 2 years, 3 years, or he is not a lifetime member, or he is not consistent. And how can I be sure that I can do it consistently every year? You start to doubt about your company. You start to doubt about the product that you have on your hand. That can my product be competitive enough to win the market? You start to doubt about your clients. You will start to think, now is the final month. If I want to push for another 450,000 sales, definitely I will sound very pushy in front of my client. Will my client be working with me? Will my client love this? Definitely they don't. You would think this. Or you might start to doubt about the economy. The economy is not doing well, that many people are not able to cope with daily living expenses. Then how would they fork out much more money to support me in buying insurance? So doubts come. Now I want to address this. When doubts come, doubts don't only come alone. Doubts bring another friend. This friend name is called fear. When fear comes, we have 2 choices. Either we face it, or we are intimidated by it. Because when fear comes, most of us, if we do not know how to handle the fear, we'll make it real. We'll make it real. We'll make the doubt real. And when the doubt real, when fear is so big, we'll be panicked. We will find that we have so much of things to do that we just couldn't handle. And we will give up. 3 years back, I qualified for my agency trip to go to Korea. My boss, my manager, he sent me to KLIA airport. And on the way to airport, January, the first question that came out of his mouth, he asked me this: what is your goal this year? To please him, I say, I want to do double of what I did last year. I did about 100,000 the previous year. So I say, I want to do 200,000 this year. And he asked me, why? Why is it 200,000? I say, Because I have a friend that is in the same company but different agency. He told me before that his boss is in the business for more than 10 years, 10, 15 years. And his boss has never surpassed 200,000 sales a year before. Those who do beyond 200,000 is a lie. It's not true. So from that point onward, from that time onward, I told myself, okay, so it means 200,000 will be the maximum sales a person can do in the business. That's why that morning, I told my boss, I said 200,000. My boss asked me this question. When he heard of this, he asked me this, is this a fact or an opinion? I was silent at that time. Obviously, I know it is not a fact because there are people who qualify MDRT for lifetime. And MDRT takes 500,000 sales to do it. And I ignored it at that time. So what I want to address is, when doubts come, if we entertain the doubt, if we give our attention to doubt, the doubt will become real. But if we do not give attention to the doubt, then it is just doubt. We can just ignore them, brush them aside because they are just opinion. It might not be other people's opinion. It might just be our own opinion. And what we need to do is really easy. Brush it aside. When fly comes, when you have good food there, flies come. How do you brush aside the fly? You just, brush it aside. When you brush it aside and you do what you should do, you will reach your goal. Last year, I shared the same topic as well in my company. When I was preparing the slide, my manager asked me this. He's one of my coach that he coached me to speak. That he asked me this, before you become MDRT, because I'm in the business for 7 years, and last year was my 2nd year achieving MDRT. He said, before you achieve MDRT, before you achieve the top 1% in your company, were you doing very well? I said, of course not. Then, did you first believe in what you do, that you can do it well? I say, no. Then what makes you do well after that? I keep quiet. And told me this, you didn't believe it, but you achieve it in the end. Why? Because you just keep doing. You just keep picking up your phone, you keep calling, you keep seeing people, you keep learning new skill, you keep going and approach client, and you achieve your goal. I say, yes. So he told me this, he said, therefore I want to tell you, go tell people, because he said many speakers say that you must first believe that you can achieve that goal, then only you can do it. But he told me that it's not really true. And he said it is really okay that at first, in the beginning, that you do not believe in what you are doing. But as long as you keep doing it, you will achieve it. This is the reason in year 2015 was my first year qualifying my MDRT.